Good morning, and thank you for joining us today on the Designated Pundits. We're running a little bit late on the weekend. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but we have some great picks for you. Stay right there. You're watching the Designated Pundits. Okay, short intro today. Don't really know what happened there. That's about where our weekend is going. Thank you guys for joining us, and thank you for having some patience. You're supposed to go live last night, and then my living room receiver blew, so I had all the wires and everything out for my whole entertainment center, redoing that. And then I think Deon was stuck in traffic. Alex was stuck at work. But we're back here on a Saturday morning, 9:30 a.m. to bring some great Major League Soccer picks. Gentlemen, how are you doing today? Alex, I see you, little new setup there.
I'm all right. Got my coffee in. I get up every day 4:30. This is a layup for me to get up at 9:30 on a Saturday. I can tell you that right now.
Deon, how about you?
Oh, not too bad. And I'm usually up early too. I was up about 6:30 this morning, so we're good.
I'm right about there with you. Let's take a look at our picks from last week, which was absolutely golden. This is from Wednesday, the midweek matches. Traditionally a really hard egg to crack, but we cracked it. We did a fantastic week, and when I pull up the numbers, you're going to see just how well. 14 wins, 2 losses on 16 wagers, plus 16.39 units. That just about doubles where we are for this season in a single week.
Is that good?
Is that good?
Is that good? I'm not sure. Is that good? I think
that was
it looks
NFL.
like it's good.
If that was NFL, we'd be on every network television in I'd be doing pizza reviews next week instead of doing this shit. Anyway, 160 wins, 148 losses on 308 wagers, plus 31.33 units on the season. First up, let's take a look at the DC United versus Nashville game. Scott and Alex have official plays on this one. DC United, 4 wins, 6 draws, 9 losses. Nashville, 9 wins, 5 draws, and 4 losses. This one's going to be played at Audi Field during the 7:30 window. When we look at the home odds, DC United is heavy underdog. They're at home at plus 240. Plus 250 is the draw, and plus 110 is the away odds for Nashville SC. Alex, that is the way you're leaning with Nashville. You got a better number than we got here for sure.
Yeah, the way Nashville's been playing, I talked about it on our show for Wednesday's picks. They're on fire the last month. I'm going to keep riding them out till they lose or tie. So every week I'm sticking with Nashville till they let me down. DC United to me is not going to be a playoff team. I really like the way Nashville's playing. Mukhtar Sturridge is going to, Golden Boot leader right now. What Coach BJ's been doing there since he got there is a fantastic job. I'm just riding out because Nashville's really hot right now. I'm going to continue to ride the streak until they drop points.
Yeah, and I feel like DC United is one of those teams that it doesn't matter if they're home or away. You can kind of pick on them and get some good results.
I mean, if Benteke plays, I get a slight, I think about it. But the way Nashville's playing right now, I don't care who they're going against. I'm going to keep looking at Nashville every week until they start dropping points.
Without Walker Zimmerman,
Right.
Nashville, their defense takes a little step back. You might not have anyone to challenge, especially in the air if Benteke plays. But I think that's a pretty fair one. Scott is riding his hot hand with picking shot on target for some of the stars in the league at plus money. Sam Surridge, 2+ shots on target, plus 135. He had that. No, he did not have that last week. That might be one of the ones that he didn't have, but that bet hit on a hat trick. So looking good there. Deon, any thoughts on this one?
No, I'm kind of with Alex there. You got to ride with Nashville, but at the same time, that unbeaten streak, they're 12 or 13 matches unbeaten. It's got to come to an end at some point in time. And this could be one of those trap games for me. So I kind of just stayed away from it.
I like it because it's still a plus money play. If it
That's
was
why I did it. Yeah.
Minus money play, maybe I wouldn't be so hot on it. You're not going to get Nashville plus 135 today, regardless of what this graphic says. You're going to get it closer to that plus 100 number. If they cross into that negative, that's when I'll be out on Nashville. Moving ahead now to CF Montreal hosting NYCFC. CF Montreal, 2 wins, 5 draws, 11 losses on the season. NYCFC, 8-4-6. This one is in Stade Saputo, which makes things a little interesting for me, although you kind of know I'm favoring NYCFC in this one. Let's take a look at what the sportsbook's doing, and they're with us there. Home odds, plus 195 for CF Montreal to win, plus 130 for NYCFC to win, and the draw is at plus 240. Over under 2.5 goals, minus 120 to the over, minus 102 to the under. So that 2.5 total is right about what we're expecting on the match. Scott, Alex, and Deon all have official plays. Let's start with Alex first here.
Yeah, this is more about Montreal only have 2 wins on the year. They played Wednesday night, and NYC did not play. They're fully rested. NYCFC with the plus odds going into Montreal. I think I'm going to take these odds. Again, Montreal only has 2 wins on the whole year. They're not making the playoffs to me. I don't know what you guys think, but NYCFC is be fighting for one of those 7 to 10 playoff spots. I like the plus odds of NYCFC. Was it plus 130? When I saw that, I go, I'm going to jump on this right now. So that's why I'm going to take NYCFC. It's more about being Montreal. You hear me saying this show after show. Sometimes I take a bet more about what the other team is not doing than what a team is doing. CF Montreal, I don't see any signs of life over there. They got 2 wins on the year. I'm going to stick with NYCFC with the plus 130 odds on the road.
And I was looking at the injury report, which came out last night. I guess that's like the plus of shooting on Saturday mornings.
Right.
We actually know what's going to be happening there. Montreal's, they're going to be without Herbers, Jalen Neal, Vrioni, Joel Waterman all out. I mean, that's your 2 best defenders there. They have Campbell, Fernando in the back there. And NYCFC, I think they're going to be able to jump on them. You know, they got like Youssef Bakrar. Okay, I don't like him because Alonso Martinez is going to be out. But, like, he can beat up on poor teams. And CF Montreal, this is like a USL quality squad right now. So I'm absolutely feeling that. In fact, I'm like debating piggyback. I only have 4 bets this week. That's not very Bob-like. So, you know, I'm going to jump on NYCFC live bet plus 135. I'm going to be on Alex.
There you go. Now you're cooking with gas, Bob. Well, yes. There you go. There you go. Listen,
Deon,
Montreal, 2 wins. 2 wins. Come on. We got to go
Beautiful.
with NYCFC here. I have to.
Deon, you have a non-win play. You're looking at the total here.
Yeah, I am looking at the total, but I kind of got to go with you guys. Like NYCFC winning, especially with that plus money. I mean, Montreal have yet to win at home yet, so both of their wins are on the road. But NYCFC, on the other hand, have only had 1 road win, so that's why I kind of stayed away from picking a winner in this one, and I'm going to go with over 2.5 at negative 130. I know that is a negative play, but both teams, NYCFC is averaging almost 3 goals, 2 to 3 goals in their last 5 matches, and Montreal are averaging also a goal. So I think that both teams are going to score. I think I even looked at that to see like both teams to score, and it wasn't that great of a play either. I could be wrong, but I went with the over 2.5 in this one.
Yeah, I think that's a really nice bet there too. Another way to approach that one. I am kind of with you, but if we're favoring NYCFC to win, that leaves like the 1-0 weird bounce score in play. So I'm not going to join you on that over, just hoping that NYCFC comes away with the win here. But it is worth noting, you are right, NYCFC has 1 away win on the season. That 1 away win was against Toronto. Same team, just different color shirt. Swap the red for blue, and you got the same thing here. 4 official plays now. Myself and Alex on NYCFC at plus 135. Scott and Deon over 2.5 goals. Next up, the New England Revolution host the Colorado Rapids in the mid-off of the week. These are 2 kind of average teams getting at it at Gillette Stadium. Let's take a look at what the odds have here for us. You have the home team, the New England Revolution, at minus 110. Colorado Rapids away, plus 270, plus 260 for the draw. You have over under 2.5 goals, minus 136 for the over, and plus 112 for the under. I have the one official play here, but gentlemen, I'm interested in thinking, how do you see this game? Do you see a winner here, or do you see a game script that you particularly like?
I don't like Mihailovic being out in this game for Colorado, so I'm not looking at them. Stefan and Mihailovic is out, and Bassett is either questionable or out. Again, I like Colorado when they're home. I look at them when on the road. I don't like to look at them. Again, New England isn't really lighting anyone on fire, but in this game, not having Mihailovic there, I can't even look at Colorado at all. I stayed away from this game. I'm not sure. You know, the weather-wise, it might be raining up in New England. I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to back off this game. But if I would lean any way, I would probably lean towards New England as some kind of parlay. I don't know, some kind of combination of anything, but I don't like Colorado at all going on the road here. Midweek, they won at home at LA Galaxy, and I got to travel all the way East Coast in New England without Mihailovic. I don't like Colorado at all here. But again, it's New England, so I'm going to back off this game.
Yeah, I mean, New England are coming off of their last two matches at home they have lost, but those were both Nashville and Cincinnati. I think I'm like Alex. I would definitely lean towards the Revs because Colorado, just with those guys missing in that travel, and then also the last 5 times they've played at Gillette Stadium, New England Revs have won that match the last 5 times against Colorado. So if I had to lean one way, I would definitely lean towards the Revs.
I would lean that way myself, but I looked at something else. Look, Revolution, they've scored 6 and allowed 8 at home this season. That's a -2 goal differential. That's not great. That's over 7 matches. They've seen 14 goals, 2 goals a game. Colorado Rapids are not scoring on the road. 7 goals in 8 matches. They've seen 18 total goals in 8 matches. That's also under 2.5. So I'm taking that under 2.5 at a plus money number. Plus 112. What, like, is Zach Steffen worth a 4-goal swing because he's not suiting up in this one? Doesn't really make sense for me. I think that this under should be the favored.
I kind of like that, Bob.
Minus money.
Bob, you mentioned all that. The under 2.5 is probably the best play here. I really like that. I do.
I like that Revolution are going to be without Gonago. He's looked interesting at times. You know, without Mihailovic in, you got Hafa Navajo on the Rapids, yeah, but they just haven't looked good. So I think that we're gonna have a boring game here. This is like one of the ones. Don't turn it on TV. Just bet on it, set it, and forget it. Moving along now, the New York Red Bulls host Minnesota United. Me and Alex will be there live a little bit later today. Red Bulls 8 wins, 3 draws, 7 losses. Minnesota United 8 wins, 6 draws, and 4 losses, a little higher on the standings there. But when we consider home-away splits, Red Bulls are favored at plus 120, the draw at plus 230, and the away odds for Minnesota United, if you favor them, plus 230. Over under 2.5 goals, minus 108 for the over, minus 114 for the under. So Vegas actually expecting an under of 2.5 goals in this match. Cannot say that I agree. There's one official play for me. Alex, what do you think about this matchup before we get started?
Well, me and the Red Bulls, it's a love-hate relationship. I was thinking of Minnesota, but again, we got the Timo Werner rumors coming, so a little excitement in Red Bull lands. Harper out, Lewis Morgan out. I know that's a problem for me. And I know Minnesota has some guys out with the the Gold Cup / FIFA World Cup going on. I don't know. I didn't like this game at all. I kind of wanted to lead towards Minnesota, but again, midweek game, going travel against the East Coast. I don't know. So I backed off. I didn't really have a good feel. I don't, maybe an over-under. I might look at this game, but an outright winner, I can't pick in this game. I can't do it.
Deon, any thoughts?
Yeah, I can't pick a winner like Alex said. I like what Minnesota is doing this year, but they are kind of weird on the road. Red Bulls, I think that I would definitely lean towards the Red Bulls in this one because, I mean, only 1 draw and 1 loss there at Sports Illustrated Stadium. But, yeah, I think, like Alex, now that I'm sitting here looking at it even more, an over-under play would probably be the best way to go in this one.
I am taking the Red Bulls team total over 1.5 goals at plus 124. I think that's one of the most likely things we see. I was looking for mismatches. That's kind of what I do when I see like the injury report come up and then we actually can see like a roster. One of the players that has been really good for Red Bull this season, Mohamed Sofo, he's just got so much energy in him. He likes capitalizing on tricky plays. A couple of his goals this season have just been like, okay, the ball's just kind of laying there in the box and he's always running towards the ball. I think that, the chance of him catching like Boxall, sleeping, some of these older mismatches maybe. And then you look at the goalies. Carlos Cornell, he has more saves. What is the stat now? Like goals prevented or something like that. He's one of the best goalies in Major League Soccer. Against Wessel Spiel, the guy who we made a highlight reel of one match bloopers, putting the ball in the back of his own net, missing a back pass, doing all that stuff. So my official play, Red Bulls, the team total, Gred. Thank you for guys for being active in the chat this morning, asking what TT means. Red Bulls team total. It means the team needs to score over a goal and a half plus 124. They must both be scored by Red Bull. And that's just always the likely case. Red Bull has been up and down this season, but it's been really predictable. Their ups are at home, and their downs are on the road. At home, 7 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss, plus 15 goal differential, 23 goals scored in 9 matches. What else do we need to see? It's kind of puzzling for me how bad our road form has been in comparison. Red Bull absolutely bringing back the home dominance, one of the best home teams in Major League Soccer. I'm expecting them to score twice. Plus 124 is the number.
And that plus 124 is fantastic, Bob.
It's a gift.
I can't believe that's a thing, because in the last 5 home matches for the Red Bulls, they've averaged 3 goals, and then just their last 5 altogether they've averaged 2. So that's almost like a steal.
Pounding on LA Galaxy may skew those numbers a little bit, but even if you take that out,
bit.
it's still like 1.9 goals per game at home. It is what it is.
Say that again. Say that
Galaxy
again. Pounding LA Galaxy. I like that you say that. Say that again. Pounding LA Galaxy. Good. I like that.
Moving on. Chicago Fire host Charlotte. Chicago, 7 wins, 4 draws, 6 losses. Charlotte, 8-1-9. This game's going to be at Soldier Field. If you like Chicago, they're minus 120. You're going to have to pay for it. Charlotte, plus 250. The king of the East has fallen so far. Or queen, I should say, maybe. Over 2.5 goals, minus 220. Over 2.5 goals, plus 176. Heavy favorite on goals here. That usually favors the home team, and that's exactly what Alex is going to take here.
Yeah, but I had ESPN bet up. I had a Chicago at plus 105. So I don't know if the odds have changed since yesterday to today. That's why I took it. Again, no Ajiman. Charlotte on the road. The goalkeeper's a little shaky right now. I don't know. Every time Chicago's at home, it seems like there's some kind of fireworks or Berhalter's team. Kuipers is there. I'm expecting him to score in this game. I like Chicago because I like the odds at plus 105. The odds are minus 1 something, and maybe not have taken it. But if your odds are plus 100, I'm going to take Chicago home in this. I don't like Charlotte on the road at all.
This is what happens when we make graphics for a Thursday show, miss the Friday show and the Sunday and Saturday morning show. Oh. The good news is when these odds are going against us, it means we're picking in the right direction and that all the money's coming in the same way our picks are going. Chicago is, they're right around plus 108 now is the official number if we're looking at RotoWire here.
I'm going to stay with it then. Yes, I would definitely recommend that if you're going to go that direction. I'm going to take Chicago on the plus odds at home here. Again, I don't like Chicago. I don't like Charlotte on the road. Like I said, the goalkeeper question, Ajiman out. I'm going to go. I think Kuipers is going to have a good game in here. And I just think Chicago home is the play right here with the plus odds.
Now, this is interesting because Tuck Lamati for Charlotte, who's they're going to be the projected striker, has not shown very much. He's been quite a disappointment this season, but a hyped disappointment. Pep Biel has just been unsurgical over the last few weeks. He's a fantastic player, one of my favorite. He just hasn't quite been there. Hugo Kuipers, oddly enough, if Scott was here, we'd be talking about him because Scott had him to put 2 shots on target. He put 3 shots off of target, including one that had like a .99 expected goal percentage. I agree. I think this is the get back game because I'm looking at Charlotte. They're missing Tim Ream, right? That pushes the whole back line a little different. So that pushes Doumbia, Marshall Ruddy on the outside. Well, who's not that great at defending? Those 2 guys. And you throw Zinkernagel, you throw Bamba at him. I love this bet so much.
Gutierrez
I'm jumping on this live.
And I like Gutierrez too. So in this game too. That's why I like Chicago here. I'm telling you.
I love this bet so much. I'm jumping on live. Chicago plus 108. 2 official plays. Myself and Alex on the home team here. Love it. Let's move on. Sporting KC is hosting Real Salt Lake. Just because we have 2 bad teams does not mean they can't produce a good product on the field. Okay, let's take a look at the odds here. Sporting KC plus 115. RSL plus 210. Over under 2.5 goals. Minus 166 for the over. Plus 136 for the under. Myself and Deon have the same play, and it's goals. We think Sporting KC is going to put the ball in the back of the net. We have that team total at minus 113 for a goal and a half. This is a goal. This is a total I've played with at least 3 weeks in a row. I'm scrolling back. I got it last week at home at plus 114. I got it the previous week at minus 113. It's been right around that number, and if they keep scoring too, I'm going to keep betting too, right, Deon?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I will say I stole this one from you, but looking at the numbers, like you had to go with it. The last 5 at home, they're averaging 2. Last 5 matches altogether, they're averaging 2.2. I feel like that's a pretty solid thing. And RSL I guess they are letting up goals a little bit, but right now, if there's anything really against RSL, I'm going to take it with them. Luna's not there.
If Luna's not there, I'm not looking at Real Salt Lake at all. That's
yeah,
me.
exactly.
I'm not looking at them at all. Yeah.
So yeah, I think Sporting Kansas. I know that Luna's not really a defensive player, but
yeah,
he's
kind of heart of the team, and he gets back.
Yeah, exactly. So that over 1.5 looks really good.
And I think Joveljic lately for Sporting Kansas City the last 3-4 weeks, he seems a little more livelier for me. Anytime goal scorer, I don't know what the odds are on him, but I would take a glance at him in this game. Anytime goal scorer, Joveljic he seems to be clicking a little bit right now. Seems to be buzzing around the box. I like the way he's playing. I would look at Joveljic as anytime goal. I don't know the odds in front of me, but Joveljic to me seems to be playing pretty well for Sporting Kansas City the last 3-4 weeks. I would take a glance at his odds at anytime goal scorer in this game.
Yep, love that. Some defenders and a midfielder, Rodoja missing for Sporting KC. I don't really care. I think that this offense has been clicking and just keep clicking. Put 2 goals in the back of the net, minus 113. For a home team ask, that's not very much. Usually when we see these team totals, it's like an away team with a higher number. Just bet the home team, Sporting KC. We've been doing really well here for a while. Let's check the chat. Adrenaline still pumping from SKC hitting over 1.5 Wednesday night. Yes, that was one of the 5 of 6 bets that I got right last week in our record-breaking MLS handicap week here. You're going to hear me say that about 6 more times this show because what does the old Wrexham song say? Don't forget to sing when you win. Everyone's going to know about that. San Jose Earthquakes, 6 wins, 5 draws, 7 losses. They host the LA Galaxy with 1 win on the Major League Soccer season. Heading into the odds here, San Jose minus 120, LA Galaxy plus 260. That is not what we would have expected this point last year. And if I told you that this number was up sometime around week 1 or 2, would be flabbergasting here for sure. Over 2.5 goals, minus 270. That's the lowest number I've seen this year on a straight over 2.5 pick. The under 2.5 is at plus 205. One official play here, and it's Deon. Talk us through what you see.
Yeah, so in this one, I am sticking with that team total that we did with Sporting Kansas City, but this one is for the Earthquakes at over 2.5. In their last 5 home matches, they are averaging 3.8 goals. Some of the teams, though, not the best teams. Yes, that is for sure. I mean, they did beat DC United 6-1 5 matches ago there at home, but they are also in the last 5 altogether. They're averaging 2. And Galaxy in their last 5 matches on the road, they have allowed 3.4 goals. So I think that we're going to see the Earthquakes put up 3. That's all I need them to do.
I like how you stipulated that by saying, yeah, they weren't San Jose scored a lot, but it wasn't against the best teams. Well, LA Galaxy is not the best team. So I definitely concur with that,
Right. Ricky Puig, I see a comment here from Sam. Any updates on Ricky Puig? I understand he's slowly not working out with the team, but on the bicycle, running. I don't think he'll be back this year. That's the last I heard, but I'm not sure. That's what I know. But I know he is with the LA Galaxy. I know he's training of some sort, running somehow. But I don't think he'll be back this year, especially if the Galaxy aren't going to make the playoffs. Why would you rush him back?
That's exactly what it is. If they had a chance for a repeat or something like that, maybe if he's okay with it, and he will be okay with it. Like, he'll come back with a boot on. That is fine. He will play that ball. But if that Galaxy has nothing to play for, I just don't see
Why would you rush him back? He's like the franchise. Why would you rush him back? Then make it the playoffs, Again, just let hope he gets healthy. He's a player that the MLS needs in the league. So I'm looking forward to good things for him next year.
And it's so funny that winning a cup does so many good things for Ricky Puig, because like halfway through the season, it was like, oh, he's doing too much. Get this guy off the team. This guy needs to pass the ball. And then he goes down, oh, my God, this is the worst injury ever. Love to see him back. Obviously, yes, he does make the league much more interesting there. Seattle Sounders, 7 wins. Austin, 7 wins. Almost identical records here. 7-5-6 for the Seattle Sounders. 7-5-7 for Austin FC. This match is going off at Lumen Field a little bit later today, 10:30 match. Home odds, you got minus 145 for the Sounders, plus 380 for Austin, and plus 260 for the draw. Over 2.5 goals, plus 100. Under 2.5 goals, minus 122. Vegas is seeing this as a squeaker here. There's a couple official plays here, myself and Deon. And Deon, I'm going to pull up all my stats so I have all my numbers to look at. Why don't you talk us through what you see here?
Yeah, so with this one, it looks like if I'm seeing my number compared to what you have up there, it has changed. I'm going with over 2.5 goals in this match. And my reasoning behind it is pretty much just a gut feeling. Seattle scores at home. They win at home. And Austin has averaged, I believe they have averaged like a goal in their last like 5 matches or something like that. So they're getting a goal. Seattle's scoring at home. And I think now that I thought that Seattle looked fairly decent in the Club World Cup. Yes, they lost all their games.
Hardest group there was. I mean, and they didn't get embarrassed at all.
And I felt like they held their own, you know. Now they can focus on the league. And I think we've seen this time and time again with Seattle. Like at the beginning of the season, they kind of suck because they're in these other competitions. But then like once those competitions are over, they get focused and then they're very tough to beat going forward. And I just like the fact that they're averaging 2.2. They're allowing almost a goal. Austin scoring a goal. So all I need is a 2-1 victory for Seattle in this one. Or even if Austin wins 2-1, that's all I need. But I went with the over 2.5.
I had a question for both of you guys about Seattle. What's going on with Jordan Morris? What's happened to Jordan Morris? Maybe I should rephrase that.
He's another year older. He has been used as the trick shot guy. And, you know, there's a lot of horses to feed there now. Overall, the offense is just not looking good. Jesus Ferreira was not the answer, man. He's not the answer. I
told you guys at the beginning of the year, I did not like that signing. I told you at the beginning. He was not good at the end of last year either. I did not like that signing. I didn't understand
do like Ferreira. I think in the right place, he can really gel. Pedro de la Vega is very disappointing, and it seems like Seattle just hasn't been hitting on their DPs, which is sad because the core is still good. The core is still very good. This defense, if they hit on a couple DPs, like get him out. What do we need to see from Pedro de la Vega? Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. There's teams down in South America that will take him in a second. Very talented player, just not fitting with this squad right now. Same with Ferreira. I could see Ferreira being really good on 15 teams in Major League Soccer. Sounders, maybe not one of those 15 teams. But what I see here is Bell suspended. Tolo suspended. Yamar Gomez possibly not playing. He was not seen active yesterday. He was not at training. So we don't know anything about that. He's listed on the injury report as not at training. Like, that is what we know. Why can't Austin go in and take a result here? I understand they're not scoring. I understand they're not scoring on the road, but that doesn't really bother me. I'm okay with that. Gomez, let me refresh your memory there. Yamar Gomez will not play. He's officially listed as out now. There's no defenders in Seattle. This is what Austin needs. Austin needs to take a team that is a very good squad, but missing a couple of pieces, not scoring right now. Austin gets a fluke goal. I see this the other way as Deon, and I'm going to disagree with him on the over. I think the under is going to play in this one. I think this is going to be kind of a fluky short game. And Austin on the double chance at plus 100. Why can't they beat Seattle? Seattle just lost 2 games in a row, back-to-back in MLS action. They haven't played MLS games in 20 days because they just got themselves kicked around at Club World Cup. I don't think the morale's there. The players aren't there. The defenders aren't there. Austin can get a fluke result here, and all it takes is a 1-1 win. You know, maybe for Deon's sake, we can get a 2-2 win if it gets a little spicy. I don't see that as being incredibly likely, and I do think we have kind of conflicting plays there, Deon. Do you agree with that? Yeah.
I mean, looking at the roster, your point of view is also a good take on it. I mean, if they don't have any defense, but I feel like Vasquez is not living up to what he should be. I liked what he was doing when he was in Cincinnati.
1,000%.
I know that he was scoring goals. Monterey. He was scoring a little bit there, but like I expected him to come in and have a bunch of goals this season in Austin because of the way their team was set up, and it's just not happening. So I mean, this could be a confidence booster for him if they can get in a couple goals to win this match. But until they start scoring like I expect them to, I got to go against them.
He needs his Luciano Acosta, and until Pereira steps up and tries to become that guy, I think he's going to have the same problems there. Moving on, I believe this is our last match here to cover today. LAFC, 7 wins, 5 draws, 4 losses. They host the Vancouver Whitecaps, 10 wins, 5 draws, 2 losses. Also on a fresh set of losses there, the Vancouver Whitecaps, missing a whole truckload of players. Looking at the odds here, LAFC minus 140, Vancouver plus 340. That tells you the story. We really expect LAFC, who's, kind of healthy, kind of got a lot of things going their way, going to be without a striker. Giroud's going to be leaving town soon. I think
he's going to play this. This is his farewell game.
His farewell game?
This is farewell game, and that's one of the reasons why I took it. Listen, LAFC just they were expected to advance in the Club World Cup. They did not. Bouanga is getting some hate. Rumors being sold to Club America. I don't think it's going to happen. LAFC was home. Vancouver, to me, have too many guys out. Brian White's not there. Last week, they got spanked by San Diego by an unknown guy, scored 4 goals on him in 9 minutes. Was it something like that? Was Iloski? What was his name? The American kid?
Iloski. He's not like an unknown guy.
No, but yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. So I'm taking LAFC at home right here. They're coming off a disappointing Club World Cup. Vancouver has a lot of guys out. LAFC at home with that crowd. Giroud's last game, I see LAFC here with the I had it at minus 135 yesterday. That's why I took it.
Iloski is going to take that job from Ingvartsen when he comes back. That's an incredible team. Too bad we didn't get to talk about them today. Deon, thoughts on LAFC Vancouver?
I kind of got to go with Alex on this. I mean, I didn't make a pick in this because, yes, Vancouver let up 5 goals, but even with all the people they have out, at home. But at the same time, they scored 3 without a lot of their like key players. So, but they're on the road this time, and I actually like that pick, Alex, the LAFC to win this one, and I think it's going to be a close one. But yeah, with all the hype, if
something like that, 1-0. I think it's a low scoring. I'm thinking it's gonna be 1-0, 2-1. Both teams, I think, gonna be afraid to make a mistake in this game. Vancouver will be a little shell shocked, giving up 5 goals last week again. And I think Bouanga, I don't think he's going anywhere. No, I don't think he's gonna get that kind of. They're not gonna sell him for that at his age to go back to Liga MX. I think he's gonna score in this game also. So I think LAFC is gonna win this game, something like a 2-1. 3-2, 1-0, something like that. That's what I'm going with LAFC in this game.
I don't think the minus 149 for LA plus 340 for Vancouver is indicative of what this game is going to turn out to be like. I think this is going to be a competitive match. Vancouver doesn't roll over.
Right.
I do agree with both of you with LAFC. Scott has his faith in Bouanga. 2+ shots on target, minus 120. He's been having a lot of success going with those strikers, getting, +2 shots on target. I like it at a positive number. I don't like this at a negative number. But once those odds come up, player to score or assist, that market opens up like an hour before the games start. I'll be looking at that pretty heavily. 2 official plays, LAFC minus 125, and Bouanga 2+ shots on target at minus 120. Gentlemen, our card is up. You can add 2 official plays to mine because I am jumping on board with, the San Jose... No, the
NYCFC.
Chicago win and NYCFC. I'm going to add those 2 to my card, so I'll have 6 official plays. 4 for Alex, and he's just taken 4 straight teams to win. Deon taking every bet has to do with a goal total, either team total or an over-under total. Scott, 2 players for 2+ shots on target. That's Serge and Bouanga, and he also likes the Montreal NYCFC game over 2.5 goals. Gentlemen, I actually don't mind doing this on a Saturday morning. I know we're going to get a lot less views because, the timing may not set with everyone's schedule, but thank you guys. I know comedy of errors yesterday kept us from getting our show up on time. I think we have 1 MLS game next week and then another 2-match week before a little break for Leagues Cup. That money grab is coming up right around the corner. Can't wait to kill all our momentum for the season. Thank you guys for joining us here on a Saturday morning. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Deon. And thank you, Scott, for getting his picks. He couldn't make it here with us today. And thank you for joining us even late on the Designated Pundits.